Thank you. Hey, we're all recorded. Okay, welcome, Peru team heading off in April. You are going, I'm Millie, by the way. I head up all things at the Leap. And Peru is, and where you're going is one of my favorite trips of all. I've been and run the midlife trips now twice to where you're going. It's hardy, it's extraordinary, it's huge, it's the mountains are going to blow your mind, and it's it's a proper treat to get off the tourist trap of the Sacred Valley into local community life. I mean, it is just going. So all you guys that are traveling now, I think what you're doing is absolutely brilliant. Enjoy it, enjoy it. And when you get to do this 3 week experience, you'll just see that we're taking you off grid. And that is really very special. So, the purpose of now is just to rattle through your itinerary, make sure that you're all comfortable with the expectations. I've made a little change to it, which I want to talk to you about, and go through the kit list, money, anything like that, so that by the time you're packing, or guys, you're still out there, you might think, Christ, I don't have that gear. You can get hold of it beforehand. Okay? So interactive, as I prattle on, get my attention, stop me, wave at me, and we will make this a productive 45 minutes. Okay? So, starting from the top, you are a healthy team of 14, literally split in the middle, 7 girls, 7 boys. So that is even Stevens, which is really exciting. You're all going to fly in, well, you're going to arrive on that Saturday. Now, Fraser and the girls and anybody else who is currently still traveling, we're going to text you individually about where to meet. Fraser, are you going to be in Cusco the night before?
Yeah, I'm flying into Cusco on the 7th. I think I get in at like 5 o'clock. So the night before, yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, okay. So what I'm thinking is that our team will come into Cusco, pick you up from your hostel, and then go to the airport. Okay, so you'll probably be picked up about 10:30 in the morning. So what would be really clever is if we coordinate, if you all coordinated with the girls, so you stayed in the same hostel. Just
Yeah, I'll probably be with Connie and Mia and Esme anyway.
all
'Cause
right.
I know them back from London.
Okay, great. Could you organize that then,
Yeah, we
girls?
can get that sorted.
Yeah, there's some very nice places. You want to be in the old town on the hill, looking down. We can help guide you that. But that's what we'll do. So don't go to the airport. We'll pick you up first. All right. So 11 o'clock, by the time you come through, it'll be about 11:30, 12, and then you're going to go straight to Kalka, which is in the Sacred Valley. So just as a kind of visual of the Sacred Valley, you've got Cusco and the valley that goes all the way down to Agua Calientes, which is where Machu Picchu is at the end. Okay, with all the cool towns, Pisac, Olitambo, Calca, all dotted along that valley. Cusco is high. That's at about let's say 3,000 meters high, and then down to Agua Calientes, where Machu Picchu is, which is about 2,000. So you guys arriving in Cusco, it's high, you're going to get a headache. I would really keep off the alcohol when you're in Cusco, starting to acclimatize. Okay, so yes, have a beer, but it's getting used to that altitude is needs to be taken seriously. So we'll go into that. So you've got that height all the way down to Agua Calientes, with Calca somewhere in the middle, about 2,300 meters high. But when you're based in Calca, in the first 2 weeks, you are going to be acclimatizing by doing lots of little hikes up and down to force your body to get used to it. And then in the second week, so that in your second week, when we take you to the high Andes, you're going to be your body is going to be ready. Okay, because that's really important because at one point we're going to take you to the Lake of Gold, and that's at 4,500 meters. Okay, and you need to go up there because it's absolutely stunning, but we need to get your bodies ready. Okay, so you're all going to be picked up on that first day, taken to Calca. Now, what you all thought you were going to do is you were going to be split up into two houses, but we thought it'd be much more fun if you were all together. So we, next to Glennie's house, just who is our kind of gorgeous one of the ladies who usually expects to look after you, next to hers is a cute little hotel which we're going to take over and create the homestay experience there. Okay, so you've got a wonderful cook who's going to be with you morning, noon, and night, and the whole team of the hotel who are going to look after you. So I just from being there, Calca is a gorgeous, tiny little town with two kind of two central squares, a couple of nice places to go and eat and have the odd drink, but it's very, very low key, super friendly. Everybody will know who you are, who you belong to, the Andean Alliance. And so I just think it'll be more fun if you are all together. So it's a gorgeous hotel. You're going to be in, there's a combination of single rooms, double rooms. You've all got your own ensuite bathroom. So it's a much nicer, it, it's a level up from a homestay experience, but you still got to get the homestay experience because we're bringing them into this environment. So I hope that is okay. Does that work for everybody? Thumbs up. You won't actually know the difference apart from the fact you're all together. Um, and it's got this big garden outside with sofas and terraces. I've got the itinerary and I'll send you the link and you'll see what I mean. Now, with this homestay experience, there is one deal that you have to do is you're going to have to help the ladies in the kitchen with the cooking. So you're going to be on a rota. Okay, so every morning you're going to be on a rota. We think kind of two at a time to help with the cooking, maybe another two that are doing that, helping with the washing up, so that you're all interactive. So it's not just on them. So it's a huge kitchen, very kind of modern and easy. So it will be easy to whip up some gorgeous food. Now, the food out there in Peru is there's a lot of beans. Okay, just putting it out there. Beans for breakfast, beans for tea, lunch, tea, supper, you name it, you're going to have a load of beans. So get used to that. Yes, there's going to be chicken and meat and things. No, the fish actually is really good there because there's a river that obviously runs through the Sacred Valley. And so there's loads of fresh trout. So that is a really easy thing to get hold of. But traditionally, it is loads, oh, and loads of avocados. Yeah, abundance with avocados and with the beans. So just get prepared for that. But breakfast will be yogurts, eggs, toast, cereals, beans, of various kind of, and quinoa, a lot of that. And then lunch, well, that's always out and about. And then supper will be, proteins, beans, that type of thing. Okay. So that is the plan for the first 2 weeks of where you're going to be living. And then your third week, you're back to Cusco and then you're going to fly to Puerto Maldonado, and which is the entry point into the Amazon. And then you've got one night in Puerto Maldonado, then you go in the next day down the Amazon River, right into the thick of it for a few days, and then you're going to fly out. Okay, so that's the chunk of it. And when you're in the Amazon, your accommodation there are some lovely little hostels which we've booked out for you. But again, I'll send you those links all in the itinerary so you can check them out. But it's all very nice and very comfortable. So you'll be absolutely fine. So starting off then with your how the itinerary is going to work. The first 2 weeks you're going to be in Calca, but the first week is all about community. Okay, you're going to be looked after by the Andean Alliance, who their whole philosophy and their existence is all about helping the high Andean farmers find an alternative method of survival. Historically, in the high Andes, all those local farmers were reliant on potatoes. Fun fact, 4,000 different varieties of potatoes are grown in Peru. I mean, who knew? If you're a crisp lover like myself, my God, in the little supermarkets in Calca, you can get all types of crisps. Black crisps, purple crisps, you name it, they're all there due to this abundant variety of different colored potatoes. Anyway, with the glaciers retreating and climate change, their potato, the plight of the potato is not going well for them. So the Andean Alliance have been working with them, especially at the Lake of Gold, with the Cuenco community, in finding them alternative methods of survival. And they have introduced and worked out a way for growing the most delicious strawberries at 4,500 meters. I mean, who knew it could happen? But you're going to witness this and see it. And these strawberries, the size of potatoes, are now driven down every day and exported and sold to all the smart restaurants in and around Peru. So you will see this in its element. So the first week you're going to be working at their kind of it's the farm just outside Calca, which is their experimental farm where they invite all the high Andes um, uh, chiefs to come and witness and see how it's all done. It's their kind of learning center. While you're there, you're going to help build a new kitchen. I know you're going to be very busy with your project. The community have asked for that. We've got all the materials are being bought and the help, but between you, that is the goal of your project in week one. But at the same time of this, you're going to be doing little hikes. You're going to be going on this wonderful hike to Urco, and one of the wonderful projects that the community also support is with the school children, teaching them to make jewelry. So we're going to take you there, and you'll make this wonderful little silver ring, and you meet all these wonderful kids, and it's just a heavenly moment. So that is what week one looks like. Project work, learning a bit of Spanish, meeting all the kids at the jury, and doing little hikes up and down to get used to the high Andes. Okay? To get used to it for the second week, which is all about the high Andes. What you're going to see in the Sacred Valley is you're in the tree line, pretty. Okay? There's pretty trees everywhere, quite alpine, vast mountains, which are like quadruple the size of any alpine ski resort you might have been into in the Alps. This is literally on steroids. And then week two, you're going to experience going to the Lake of Gold, doing Rainbow Mountain. Okay, that is going to be up early and a big trek up there. So that's why the altitude is really important. Um, and and then we're going to take you round onto the Laris Valley, down, so that you go to the Laris Valley to meet the high Andy villagers up there that are still living exactly how they've been living for hundreds and hundreds of years. And then we're going to take you down to Ollantaytambo to catch the train in to Machu Picchu. Now, everyone's going to say to you, are you hiking into Machu Picchu? Which trek are you doing to Machu Picchu? Now, this is quite interesting, and you'll get your head around it when you're there. Machu Picchu is in the cloud forest, okay? Right at the end of the Sacred Valley, in a hideous place called Agua Calientes. I mean, that is literally Hickville town, where it's like the end of the road and it's really grotty, but everybody has to go there to then get up to Machu Picchu. So you want to spend as less time there as possible. Any chance of some ancient curses. And Felix, no, there are no ancient curses in the Sacred Valley. No, they're not. Anyway, so you are going to you put me off my stride now, Felix. Where was I? So experiencing when you do a 4-day trek to Machu Picchu, you experience the high Andes, the tree line Andes down into the cloud forest. So that is the point of doing a 4-day hike down into to Machu Picchu itself. So we're just taking you on a kind of unique way of experiencing all those different environments which together would make up that 4-day trek. So you're going to experience the high Andes at 4,500 meters at the Lake of Gold. You're going to experience Rainbow Mountain, which is just extraordinary in its geographical kind of how it is, how it looks and creation. You're then going to experience the tree line through the Lares Valley and down to Ollantaytambo, and then clearly on the last day going up to Machu Picchu in the cloud forest. Do you get my drift? No, you don't get my drift. Oh, you do get my drift. Okay. So that's what we want you to experience, all the different contrasts of the environments, kind of, but they're going to be pieced together in a kind of leap, kind of unique way. So, um, you are going to need for week 2 in your packing list, you are going to need a good pair of shoes. Okay. If you've got hiking boots, then great. But if you haven't, you need a pair of soled shoes which are grippy, that can really do the work, that can work hard for you, because the ground that you're going to be walking on is shaly. Yeah. So what you don't want is what you don't want to do is think that you're going to scale Rainbow Mountain in a pair of Converse trainers. Okay? That's not going to happen. So you need some sturdy soled shoes, cross trainers, walking boots, that type of vibe. If you haven't got them, all you lot that are currently out there, Fraser, I can see you. Have you got a pair of those type of shoes? Brilliant, great, because that's what you need. Okay. You also need a warm puffer style jacket coat. Have you all got that, you travelers in South America? Yeah, something like that, and a waterproof layer, waterproof trousers. Yeah, that type of vibe. Okay, I'm going to send you the kit list again so that you can just go through it and check you've got everything. The weather in Peru can change literally 100 times in one day. You can be boiling hot the next minute, you can be pissing with rain the next. So, it's just you got to be ready for all eventualities to just take it all in your stride. Okay? Any questions so far? Don't want any more questions from you, Felix, putting me off my stride wherever you are in the background. Um, okay, so I'm just gonna get the I'm just gonna get your itinerary up. So when you are in the Amazon, okay, going back to clothes, back to the Amazon, it is going to be so hot and so sweaty, you're going to be beside yourself. Okay, so you've gone from cold, fresh, sunny environment to, oh my God, I can hardly breathe. If I speak, I'm going to start sweating. Okay? That's so you need in your backpack, you also need the lightest cotton clothing that you can find, preferably long sleeved, light trousers, cotton trousers, and long sleeve shirts. Yeah. The insects only come out at nighttime at dusk. So that's when you want to spray, get, your mozzie repellent and kind of spray up and manage yourself. Okay. But again, that info will be in the kit list. Okay. So, um, when it comes to money, okay. going down to the nitty gritty. The money in Calca, that you get the local currency out straight from the ATM. Okay? Super easy to do. There's a couple of ATMs in Calca, in Pisac, in Cusco, they're everywhere. So don't worry about getting local currency out before you go. You can get it out on arrival. Okay? The currency cards, you guys that have already left, it's too late for you, but I know that you'll have been organized. So for those who haven't left, listen up. You want to take a debit card and you also want to take a Revolut Starling, one of those cards which shows free money withdrawal. Okay? So take two cards. The reason is taking two cards is just say one of the ATMs decides to eat your card or something annoying happens or you leave your card in the ATM and walk off. Honestly, these things happen. Or you're in Cusco and you put your bag down and you walk off and wonder why it's not there half an hour later. Okay? So you need two cards. And whenever you go out, you leave one card behind. That is rule number one. Rule number two, when it comes to your telephones, you're going to get a local SIM out there, easy peasy. But in the hotel, there is Wi-Fi, and in the Andean, their main office, there's Wi-Fi there. Okay, and in all the hotels and hostels in South America, there's Wi-Fi. So the phone reception is really, really good, apart from when you're really in the high Andes, the Lake of Gold, Rainbow Mountain, forget it. All right. But communication with home is very, very easy. When it comes to health and safety, okay, the hospitals there, there's everything that you need is kind of welcome to South America. If you need antibiotics, my God, you can just go to the pharmacy and get them. Honestly, it's just like, hello, this is brilliant. So you can get everything that you need immediately over the counter, and the hospitals there in the Sacred Valley are really good. So if there was anything untoward that happened, it's very simple to get you to a doctor or hospital, whatever is required. Now, we're just going to talk about the altitude sickness. Okay. This has to be taken seriously. This is not just a headache that you're going to think you're going to shrug off with a Nurofen. I don't expect anyone to be taking the Diamox. You can, and you can get that out there. If you are not going to if your brain and your body just not start acclimatizing to it, there are things we can do when you're out there. But top tips, you're going to drink masses of water, more water, double the amount than you're used to. You're going to take not antihistamines, you're going to take stuff that you put into your water, rehydration tablets. Okay? If you haven't got those, fellow travelers that already left home, you can get them from the pharmacy. Okay, you got to get into the habit of having one every morning, one every evening, because this just all helps aerate your blood flow and encourages your blood to start creating more red blood cells, which is its craving for. Okay, if you're going to get headaches, you just got to rest up. Okay, headaches and a dodgy tummy are very, very simple early signs of altitude sickness, which should just settle down after a few days. Okay, everything should settle down. What is not going to help altitude sickness is drinking alcohol. Okay, drinking alcohol really is painful and will set your body back. So, yeah, have a beer, but don't go having five. Okay, it just doesn't. You'll really, you won't reap the benefits. Your headaches will be extra bad. You'll be prolapsed. You'll be in bed the next day. So it is not worth it. So I'm not talking as a kind of from a teacher's point of view, just like please don't drink. I'm actually from a medical point of view. Please take this seriously. But everybody is on hand to help. Now, what is actually brilliant to help, and I want you to just learn to love the drink, is cocoa leaf drink. Okay, you get given these cocoa leaves, you put them in water, you smash them up. It tastes like drinking grass, utterly disgusting, but it's really good. And you can also get cocoa sweets, which help. And that is what everybody does. You'll see all the Peruvians walking around with these cocoa leaves shoved up into their gums. So it's a really good way to help. Okay. So promise me I'm not going to get a text on day 2 from Sam and the team saying I've had to take 4 of them to hospital because they got plastered last night and we're in all sorts of trouble. Okay. Promise me? Yes, Millie, I promise. Okay, thank you very much. Um, right. When it comes to managing yourself, okay, we have upgraded you to a wonderful little hotel next to Glennie's house, and the team are going to be there. So be respectful to everybody in the house. And if there is a curfew, not that there's a curfew, but you know, the hotel that nobody's going to go to bed until the last one's home. So just work with the team in the hotel that, everyone's back home, and you're going to get the team from the Andean Alliance who all live literally in streets around. If there was a problem, you're going to be texting and everybody is helping. So everybody is within streets away. I mean, within a 5-minute walk from where you're based. So you've got that lovely kind of home vibe. The office is about a 10-minute walk where you're going to go every morning for coffee. Okay. So that is, I'm just going to look down my little list of everything. Are there any questions from any of you? Weekends. My last thing, weekends. You're not working at the weekends, so you have 2 weekends free where you could go and explore. So I really recommend you do go and explore. I would, if I was you, I know half of you have already been to Cusco, but I think it'd be really good to spend 1 weekend in Cusco, 1 weekend in Pisac. That's a very cool place. You don't have to stay. Cusco's an hour and a half away, so you probably want to spend the night there. That's all extra, but it's easily arranged if you want to do that. No one has to do it. You can hang out in Calca and just do day trips. But if I was you, I'd be thinking that Pisac is a really good place to go and stay for the night or go at least for the day. Cusco, and then there's another really cool thing to go and see, which are the salt pools, Moras and Morai, which are a day trip away. So they're easily, and all the team out there will help organize that and get that on your way. Okay. Eating out. All the food is going to be included, yeah, in your whole experience. And on Saturday and Sundays, there's going to be brunch and then supper, but unless you're away. But in Calca, there are some really cool places to go and eat. So you might want to say, okay, some nights we're not going to eat in, or a group of you might want to go for a burger. There's a really good burger place. There's a pizza place. There's a really cool cafe, which does, I mean, great coffees in the morning. We went there every morning for a delicious coffee and croissant. Um, you'll find all these little quirky places to go, and it's not expensive. Okay, so don't think, oh my God, this is going to add to my bill. It's all optional. No one has to do any of it, but it is all, it is not expensive and it is all reachable. And I think I encourage you to do it because Pisac Market, I mean, if you love shopping and love a market, Pisac Market is where you want to go and buy all that ethnic gear. Okay, it is amazing. So that's where you want to spend your money. Don't go buying anything in Cusco because it is double the price than further down the Sacred Valley. Okay, so any questions from any of you lurking in the background? Happy?
Yeah, I've just got a couple of questions I need to ask about Florence's travel. So can I just stay on the call? Can we stay on the
Yes.
call afterwards? Thank you.
Definitely,
Thank you.
definitely. Everyone else, are you happy? Are you feeling like you know what you're doing? I'm going to send you now the this afternoon the itinerary and a kit list. Okay, so you can just double check you've got everything. all you lot, Fraser and the girls that are traveling already, if you haven't got it, you can easily get it in the markets. Okay. So happy times ahead. Happy enjoying those mountains. And you'll learn all about the Pachamama and you'll learn all about the cocoa leaves. In fact, if you have too many cocoa leaves, you might have one of those spiritual rituals at the top of the mountain. Okay. All right. Nice to meet you all. Have fun. Okay. Okay, you're all going. I'm staying on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Right, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop the recording. Hold on.